Hello everyone and welcome to Slipjoint Sawyer. Today we're going to be taking a look at a new reiteration of the Zambezi. Now this is the original one, it came in the smoky grey bone, but we're going to be checking out the two new ones today, and they come in the traditional style RoseCraft box, this sort of craft paper style box. We've got RoseCraft blades, the interlocking R and C. We make knives for people who love knives. Got the website on this side and again on this side as well. On the back you have the same logo as the front, and then you have the sticker with the barcode. So this is the box you can see for the blue Micarta Zambezi, which is RCT002-BM, and then for the Rosewood it's just Rosewood, and then at the end it's RW instead of the BM. See, this is a product of China, and then you get that same information on the base of the box here. This is a pull style box, which RoseCraft do fantastically. Do love this box. Inside you get this little desiccant, and then the knife comes wrapped in this sort of wax paper because it is D2 steel, and it can rust. It is sort of semi-stainless, but big fan of these boxes, nice and easy to sort of store, nothing too bulky. But let's jump straight into it. So we're going to have a look around both of these knives. They are identical, just different handle materials. This then is the blue Micarta. I really love the blue jean Micarta on here. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. You can really see the sort of the texture through it. So we have stainless steel integral liners and bolsters. So by that I mean the bolsters and the liners are all one piece. We have a stainless steel rosebud shield on there as well. And then you do have nickel silver pins holding this all together. Now it does have an absolutely hefty blade on this. I think it's about 2.3mm thick, so it's a good old size. But this is a modern take that Andy Armstrong designed on a sort of a traditional take, sorry, on a modern utility knife. So you know, you're the ones you get with the blades you can take in and out. This is what he designed for that as a traditional take on it. You can see it's a really nice sort of size for a utility knife, and it is 3.6, just over 3.6 inches closed, and with an absolutely killer walk and torque on this. And then we have a satin finished D2 blade. You can see we've got the RoseCraft tang stamp down here. We do have a nice long pull and a really sort of nice sort of not harpoon, spear shape end to this drop point blade. You can see the swedge and then the grind meeting up to have a really sort of arrowhead looking finish, which I think is really cool. And then on the back you get the maker's mark, which you can see there is Andy Armstrong, so the D2 steel RCT002-BM. Now this does have quite a chunky edge, but it's designed to be a utility knife, and obviously the sort of the thicker behind the edge, so the longer the blade is going to last for you. And it does have a 1-inch finger choil, which means you can really lock into this thing, and I'd have no concerns doing sort of penetrating cuts or anything like that with this. There's no chance this thing is going to close on you, and even if you did hold it back here, look how far away that blade is from going anywhere near your fingers. One of the safest sort of slip joints you can really come across. Blade length for this then, so technically the full blade length starts right back here at the bolsters, 1 to just shy of 2.5, and then with a cutting edge of, we're about 1.75, so it's way within that UK limit. So when I originally picked up, I purchased this one just over a year ago. I carried it for a little bit, loved it, and then went off it for a while. The finger choil sort of started to do my head in a bit, and I wasn't sort of sure if it was the pattern for me. But I was kind of just using it wrong. So this is meant to be like a working man's utility knife, and it's one of those knives for me that's sort of a love it, hate it knife. Some days I absolutely adore it and just think it's absolutely perfect. Now if I'm working outside, breaking down cardboard, or if I'm just sort of working in the garden, it's absolutely fantastic for that. As a nice slicey regular EDC, it's not going to be the best for that, but that's not what it's designed for. So there's the blue Micarta, and here is the Rosewood. Now look at the grain on that. Exactly the same spec, of course, as the blue Micarta, just you have the Rosewood scales on here. a grain on that on the back is absolutely fantastic. Almost sort of reminds me of the finish of granite, but it's wonderfully smooth. There's nothing sticking up at all. These really nice line bolsters either side. You can see the tang of that knife is obviously hidden by this part up here. Just a really awesome little work knife. So you can see here they are absolutely identical in specs. Of course, it's just a different handle material, but you can see the thickness of that blade. It's really going to be great if you sort of do outdoor work, or you know, you're constantly using it to break down cardboard. And these things obviously come screaming sharp out of the box. You can see the edge on there. It's immaculate on both. Really nice satin finish on the blades, of course. Although it is a satin finish, it's quite polished, so it is a fingerprint magnet. But I mean, for me, my working knives, I'm not too bothered about if there gets fingerprints on them or not. Now, one of the things I will say, if you've not had one of these before, there is a nail nick on here, but it's incredibly hard to use to open because of the strength of the spring and how sort of short the blade is. So my sort of go-to for this is, honestly, there's so much blade going, I just pinch, and it's just really nice and easy to open. So you've got nice steel liners in there. You can see the stop pin at the bottom there, which stops any sort of blade wrap. It sits in the middle of this choil. And honestly, it's a nice size in hand for me. It might be a little bit too small for some people, but you could definitely, I can get 4 fingers behind the choil. So anyone with a larger hand using that choil, I think will definitely be fine getting 4 fingers on this. Total length then, let's have a look at that, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, well within that sort of Goldilocks zone. You get a nice size handle with a nice little stubby blade that's perfect for sort of an EDC use. But there we go, guys. That's my review of the RoseCraft Zambezi in the blue micarta and in the rosewood as well. I really hope you enjoyed this review. Please be sure to like, subscribe and ring that bell for notifications, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.
Matt's got a channel, man sharp as a blade. Slipjoint Sawyer is the name he made. Pocket knives until they flow with flair. Restorations done with craftsman's care. Rusty steel polish bright in his hands. Old souls revived with a steady glance. Views keep climbing like a jagged peak. One shot rhythms, hammer sparks they speak. Slipjoint Sawyer grinding through the night. Pocket knives gleam under flickering light. Matt's got the touch, man, turning steel to gold. Every story cut deep, every piece sold.